All right, let's take a look at that. So, thank you to Tyler for helping me out with this. My computer kind of broke. My iRacing stutters to the point where it's undrivable. So while I'm getting that fixed, I have Tyler out here helping me out. So big ups to him. Thanks a lot. So let's take a look at this now. So the big part about the Xfinity car in road courses is braking in a straight line, apexing late, and not sliding your rear tires. And you can see all these things happen here. So if we go back here real quick, so you can see he's on the brake, and sorry, it's a little hard to see on this screen, but he's trying to get to that 70-ish%, maybe 80% before you start locking up. And then once you let off the brake is when you start turning the car. And then when you get on the throttle, you start only at about half. And then you try to get it late on the curb, late apex, and that just keeps the car straight as possible. And you can use quite a bit of real estate there. All right, and then same thing here. You can see that he's pretty late on the curb, and he gets a good run off of it because of it. The big mistake that people make is just getting to the curb too early and just setting up a really bad angle for themselves in these cars. You can't really stick the corner like some of the higher downforce cars can, so you got to really work with your wide angles here so you can get all the way out to this curb right here, and again, cut down last second. This is very important. You'll see how much time he cut off by getting to that curb late and how straight he is early. It really is as simple as that. And because you're coming downhill on this hill, yeah, it's even easier to lock up than normal. So he's barely getting to 70%. If you were probably 80% right here, you'd be locking up. And then you see backing off on the brake the moment he starts turning. You cannot turn until you start backing off the brake. That's how these cars work. So that's very important. But basically, honestly, in these cars, this is all about braking technique. Like, once you memorize the track, everything comes down to how well you can brake, and then sort of minor is how smooth you can be coming back on the throttle. But if you can make sure your car is straight by the time you get back on the throttle, you don't really have to be that smooth. And yeah, it's pretty much the same thing over and over again. This inside or this midsection here, it's just late apex after late apex, right? So late apex, get out wide again, make sure that you're set up for the next corner. Downhill braking again so you can't lock up. Again, another late apex. And then you get all the way to the left here. Wide entry allows for you to take this corner a little bit longer, but then again, because this is such a sweeping corner, you want to make sure that your car is straight and down at the curb at this point and late apex. So really, when in doubt at Road America and these cars, when in doubt, oh, he early apex there. So these high speed corners, I was expecting the late apex there, so it caught me off guard a little bit. But the fast corners, you can see how just a little trail brake relatively compared to the other corners. And on those faster trail braking corners, you can take those a little earlier, but even then I kind of like the late apex as well, just because it makes everything more consistent. It might not be the absolute fastest for the trail braking corners, but now we're under heavy braking corner, and you'll see keeping the car straight, and once again just slightly missed the apex, but still very good. And then because that's more of a trail braking corner, that's okay. But then once we start slowing down again late apex here and back to the start finish line. So it makes sense in theory. It's just hard to do in practice. You're going to have to do a lot of practice remembering your marks and all that, because with the marks, it's one thing for hot lap, but the more that you do this in the race setting, the more you're going to have to back them up as the tires get hotter, because these Xfinity cars in general are very prone to overheating the tires. So that's something you have to look out for. And if you think that the tires are hotter than they should be, just back everything up. It's not worth pushing for speed that isn't there in these cars on road courses. But other than that, thanks to Tyler once again. And thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. I hope to see you all on the track.